Hey guys, it's Julie with Cosmic Truth, and this reading is going to be for the air signs. So that's Libra, Gemini, Aquarius. So Spirit, when it comes to the air signs, Libra, Gemini, and Aquarius, what is a past, present, future energy surrounding these air sign people? Okay. And future, where are they headed? Okay. Why this Queen of Swords, please? Okay. Okay. So it's kind of wild because I feel like your reading is basically saying you were super stressed out, losing sleep, so much weight on your shoulders. Something was taking such a toll on your soul, but don't worry because you live happily ever after. So it's kind of wild to see like such polar opposite energies because, and especially too at the bottom of the deck, you have this Five of Wands. And the Five of Wands is like fighting, arguing, too many cooks in the kitchen kind of energy, just like uproar after uproar. And then from the bottom of the deck being this Five of Wands energy, you in your past are showing up with having this Ten of Wands energy. So just a lot of weight on your shoulders, taking on so much. You could be biting off more than you could chew. Not for all of y'all, because like the intellect of an air sign is very strong. So it takes a lot for you guys to get in over your heads, to be honest. So I just feel like that, for some of y'all, it could be too much to handle, but for some of y'all, it's just kind of like you are just going around and around and around in circles and standing your ground and possibly having these arguments and just trying to prove a point, and it's just exhausting. Okay? Like what I'm channeling right now is exhausting. And because of all of that I just explained, you are now showing up as this Nine of Swords energy in presently. Okay? This Nine of Swords could be losing sleep. This Nine of Swords could be sleep interruption. This Nine of Swords could be just overthinking. It could be like maybe one step away from a mental prison. It could just be having to take on so damn much and just so much being on your mind and on your mental, and you guys are air signs. So when your mind is all misconstrued and tied up, it's just like you don't function the way you would like to, okay? And I feel like the bottom of the deck was showing this Temperance energy. So that's Sagittarius energy. You could be dealing with a Sagittarius or have Sagittarius in your chart. Doesn't have to be the case, but just wanted to give that as a side note. But all in all, what Temperance talks about in tarot is just peace being restored, like flow, emotional, like intelligence or emotional fluidity, or just your emotions kind of being restored. Like I feel like that's what your spiritual team is trying to work on for you at this time. Like they're trying to help you like regain some sort of balance. And I do feel like if you're not there yet, like you're on track to be there, because you show up as this Queen of Swords energy in your future. And the Queen of Swords is you, air sign, being in your element, because swords is the, it's what you are in tarot, like it's, the element, like the symbolism, like what am I looking for? I don't know what, maybe y'all could help me because you're very intellectual and I'm just kind of like got my brain in a twist right now, but it's me channeling this craziness y'all had going on, and then boom, finally there's some light at the end of the tunnel. But no, to be honest, like this Queen of Swords energy is you in your element, because you guys are swords in tarot, and so I feel like you get back to being you very soon. I feel like your spiritual team is really trying to help you, trying to assist you. And for you guys, I would say like maybe doing some sort of, if you feel comfortable, like maybe doing some sort of like some sort of like spiritual bath, or it could just be a salt bath, just to kind of get rid of like whatever energy you're carrying. Because whether you intend on the salt to be a spiritual, like ritual or not, or if you decide to throw any other herbs in there with it and make it a spiritual bath, like whether you do it or not, for that intent and purpose, like just taking a salt bath alone will clear your energy field, without you even knowing it. So maybe doing a salt bath, and maybe possibly lighting a candle, like an intention candle, if you're into that kind of thing. I am. Or even doing like maybe like a full moon or a new moon ritual, like writing down your worries on a piece of paper, or even like a bay leaf, and just kind of like burning it, or throwing it in a bonfire, or putting it in like a little like cauldron, or cast iron little cauldron. I'm trying not to scare y'all if you haven't noticed. Like, I'm not trying to say spells and cauldrons and this and that if you're not into that kind of thing, because I don't want, you to feel pressure to do, these wild things. But I just feel like a little bit of energy work can go a long way, like, Reiki or what have you. A meditation, some sort of ritual that we just talked about. A little bit of energy work can go a long way to help you kind of like restore your energetic balance, okay? Because I do feel like when I clarified what this Queen of Swords energy is talking about, you got the Ten of Cups. And the Ten of Cups is a beautiful connection, romantic or otherwise. Kids, whether you have them or not, like youth, like, the elders, the youth, the land, the connection, like there's even ancestors, even connecting to your ancestors if you feel comfortable doing that kind of thing. Like, with prayer, or with lighting a candle, or doing an ancestor altar, or just whatever, just even talking out loud. I feel like you're on the road to having that emotional fulfillment, to having that beautiful connection, to having that ultimate, like happiness. And I feel like that's what your spiritual team is working on for y'all, air signs. And I feel like too, like gratitude is the attitude I'm hearing, like you have to really take a look around and just really be vigilant of like how much you have going for you, like how beautiful your life already is, like how many opportunities you truly do have, and I feel like you just kind of stepping into that realization and that gratitude and that knowing can change your Five of Wands, Ten of Wands, Nine of Swords energy into this temperance like immediately. It's almost like just deciding to be okay, and then boom, you are, because you have so much to be okay about. So let's get some advice for the air signs, please. Libra, Aquarius, Gemini. What advice for these air signs? I know y'all want to put the gloves down, because that exhausted me to tap into all the turmoil that y'all were hanging on to for a while. And the fact that I just decided like, okay, I'm not going to do that anymore, and just felt like I could release it. Like, I know it's going to be that easy for you guys. It's just all about the mind state that you decide to be in, like, yeah, there's a lot of bullshit going on in life and in the world and with things, but there's also a lot of beautiful things that are going on in your life and in the world and in your mind and around you. Like, which one are you deciding to focus on, And it's not saying be blind to the pressures. It's just saying decide to designate a time to worry about those, and also allowing a lot more time to not worry about it, So it says, you are being led down the path of unlearning and relearning to make smarter decisions as you navigate uncharted ground ahead. Trade knowing for curiosity. It's wild because you guys got very similar cards to, I believe, the earth signs. So you might have some earth in your chart, or you might be dealing with an earth sign. It says you've put in the work and now you are waiting to reap the benefits. Keep believing that your season is coming. The good you have put out in your life will manifest. There is no need to rush it. So just really embodying patience, really learning what lessons are tied to what you've been going through recently, and really unlearning what mind states that take a toll on your soul, and just kind of relearning how to have peace and temperance and patience. And it says you're finally getting something that you've been waiting for a long time. Maybe it's a raise, a promotion, finishing a project, finding the love of your life, leveling up. It says you should be proud. So there is something that's coming in for y'all. And also too, I feel like it's wild because again, the earth signs had something very similar. And it says, love is yours to take. The person on your mind is going to make a romantic gesture in hopes of rekindling the love in your connection. So there could be some sort of romantic offer coming in for y'all soon. Let's get a couple more for you guys. Ask and you shall receive. Okay. I feel as if you are taking a leap of faith. It says deep down you'll know the key to creating the life of your dreams is on the other side of fear. It won't be easy to take a leap into the unknown, but just remember the universe will catch you. Happiness. You're entering a period of happiness and leaving dark times behind you. You're taking steps into a new chapter where happiness begins and your peace is restored. That's heavy temperance vibes that showed up at the bottom of your deck. And it says something will come to an end that must take place before you can free yourself to move forward. Let go of what was, celebrate the good, and forgive the bad. It's all a part of the journey. And it says your guides are trying to communicate with you. They are sending you signs and synchronicities. It could be through music, dreams, or number sequences. Pay attention. So the universe, your guides, your spirits, even your ancestors, they're looking to help ease your soul, and it's all about you just kind of letting that in. So I hope this helped, air signs. I love y'all, and until next time.